All right, so we're going to kind of go behind the ropes, behind the scenes today with some of the work we've done with Alex Cuddy. Hard to get more from a student than what she's done. Like when she came to us, I think a year and a half ago, maybe first time, somewhere in there. Yeah. Right? Year and a half ago, and totally got into developing her pivot and learning to load, and she's won every major out here at Old Palm, right? Yeah, she wins all the ladies events. Only thing, her partner let her down a little last year in the pro member, and we lost in a playoff for the net. But anyways, we're going to get them this year. So, but Kolby, I obviously want to take a look at the backswing, but when she gets to struggling, it's the transition from the top, and that to me is one of the harder things to teach as a teacher, because you tell people to go to their lead side, and she tends to lean and then back out of it, and then she shoves the handle forward, right? And so, and then she gets way into out with her path in doing that. So we kind of manage around that, but I need some help helping her learn to separate and sequence her lower body and learn to rotate through. I think that's the next piece for her.
I love it.
All right, so get a 7-iron and hit a few for us. I mean, how much better is she, though, than that first time we worked with her?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Still lifts a little, but that's better going back than she used to be.
Right over the top.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And you see, and then when I watch it from so that she just turns and spins, right? Doesn't, and like that's hard, because like then when I get her to shift or to get a little bit more over there, she tends to just slide over there, and then she leans in front. So it's kind of clearing that up. And I think
it's hard for me to separate the lower body and get that going first.
Well, just from a body movement standpoint, we got to really look at patterns from a rotation. The rotation is great, of course, but we got to look for you to do more of a loading pattern. So when you think about loading, you have, like, the turning and the rotation comes, but you have to create leverage and force into the ground. We talk about ground reaction forces. Like, ground reaction forces is exactly what it is. It's a reaction to the force you're putting into the ground. Yeah. So what happens is if you set up into your golf posture and you just kind of spin off of it, there's nothing being transitioned from the ground, from the body, and those things like that. So what I want to do with you first is kind of just train a pattern that's going to give you more of a feel of a loading than turning.
Okay.
And let's just do that. I'm going to get you to get in your golf posture. You're going to take that band in that hand. So it's just like in your golf posture, just like this. Just keep your hands separate. Keep that in there. Now from this position here, right, what I want you to feel is you're pulling, you're rotating, the right hip moves back, and you're pulling the band. Yep. Just like that. Perfect. And then start back again. And this is just a pattern. So what you're doing is you're not spinning off of it, but now you're starting to give me some force. You're pushing that right foot into the ground and you're rotating. And see, now you're creating, you can see Tony, now she's creating a better angle here.
And so like that's when people say they're using the they don't feel the ground. That's why she didn't feel the ground.
And that's where she's matching now. And look at her backswing, you could tell she's deeper into her right side, because I can look at the shoulder and see where her shoulder is. The shoulder's working under, and then she's more behind the ball now. Because a lot of times people will just tilt, and when they spin, they just spin the hips and they just turn this way, and they more on their front side. Yeah. So now she's behind it, and what she's going to feel now from here is now pull this hand and rotate. And you feel that pressure you're putting on my hand here? Yeah. Like that's what you want to feel. So now we're pushing into the ground with your left side, and it's just pulling you out of that rotation. So now you're pushing through the ground and you're rotating all the way through. So now what you're going to feel, the first one was just the right side, right? So I want you to feel the exact same thing. So you pull the right side, you're good loaded here. Now I want you to push into your left side and rotate. Yep, just like that. And do it again. And that's what it is. It's just patterns. So if I can get her from a training concept to feel these patterns more than just a spin off the ball, now you can start to see like she's staying in her spine angle a lot longer. And I can listen to her feet on the turf where she's pushing more.
Well, this goes all along with like, if we just give her a club and she goes full speed, she's going to do her old stuff because she hasn't learned, her brain hasn't learned the new movement, right? So this is training the movement.
So the more we train this pattern, then when we put the club in her hand, it's what we always talk about. The things that we do in the gym, we want it to have transference over onto the course. Right. It doesn't do us any good to do things in the gym that we can't transfer out here when she comes to the practice range.
All right, so feel that same load going in.
Like you're pulling that band. Yep. Just like that.
That was better.
Do that again. And now let's add some speed to it because it's just the band. Like now the pattern's there, so now you can go. Yep. Yep.
You're doing awesome.
So all I want you to do is I'm going to give you a lot of tension here because I want to fight that pulling you toward me. But the hands are going to go out, and all I want to see you do is this stays here. I want to see you rotate your lower half without moving your upper half. Nope, just to Tony. Because what we're feeling is separation first there. Yep. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now bring your arms to me. Turn your chest to me. Yep. Face that way. Nope. Just your head. Yep. Now from there, hold the band. Don't move the band and just turn the hips. Nope. Just the hips.
It's hard, isn't it?
Just the hips.
Why is that so hard for people?
Well, it's just that connection. So when you think about that's what happens a lot of times in the golf swing because we don't really isolate and create separation from the upper and lower. Everything kind of goes together.
Yeah.
So when her backswing, she's feeling that lift, and then that's why she feels that over the top move because she goes from the top down. So that's a perfect example. Like when I put this on her, everything from the top move first, and we got to get her brain to start working to where the lower half leads everything else.
Right. So we've done this before also. Yep. So she tends to get where her first move, and I think it goes with the whole loading thing before she would lift.
Correct.
And then her brain knows the club's got to go around, so she twists the face around. Right. So now that you're turning, and we've done this before, where I want her to feel like this as this turns, that face just stays looking down
100%.
a little bit more, and you let that right wrist hinge a little, kind of flatten the left. So jump in there. See, that's good though.
I love that.
Because now it went left, she'll learn to separate.
100%. So see, that's good now.
Okay.
And look, the path though, when we started, the path was -10.
But you can see the difference, even like the distance that you're picking up too. I mean, that's a totally different thing. Look at this now.
Right.
Okay.
She's hitting 158, 154, 140 from 122, 126.
Well, you didn't come here and want to hit it shorter, did you, Alex?
So like this. So let's do the patterns again.
Okay.
So remember what we said. So what I want you to do is I want you to load the trail side so you feel that weight get to your heel. Then transfer the energy into your lead leg and rotate all the way through. Good, just like that. Do it again.
Yeah. That'll go.
There you go. Good. Yep. Do it again. Impact.
So those type of slow motion, doing that with a band
this is all cleaning up the sequence. So the first thing we have to do, we have to learn how to load because she was just turning.
Yeah.
So there's a difference between turning and loading. So once we learn the loading pattern, now we can push into the separation pattern. So it's truly about patterns, like that. Like you've hit enough golf balls, you know where the club needs to be. But that's why subconsciously you put the club in places you think it needs to look like on the screen.
Yeah.
Where if you just fix the loading pattern, all that takes care of itself. And then Tony stabilizes the face, and then now you pick up 20 yards and more speed just by using. All we did really was teach you how to use the ground better.
Yeah.
See, I think too, because like she gets her grip good and her face good, but when she quits loading and gets this way out of the top, over time her grip weakens so that the face can make it at least cut. Well, that's how she's become a good player.
Correct.
I think her instincts let her move that face around based on
and that's what we see in any sport. That's where we talk about all the time, like the mind-body connection, and then you start to compensate and do things.
Yeah.
Alex, it'll get less frustrating too, those times where you're not hitting it good, if you start distinguishing in the parts that's working versus not.
The best part you can hear from a student is like understanding what piece they didn't do. So I didn't finish my backswing, or I didn't do the middle part, like you said down there, like releasing the golf club.
Aaron, do you mind bringing that over? I want to show it because that club face was better.
And that's what I like to see compared to that.
Right? And we go back.
I mean, that's a game changer.
Let's see here.
Like, that's a complete game changer when you can hit that club. Yep. One more time. See, that way you never come this way.
Picture the fence.
Mm-hmm. Pretty good.
Yeah, if you hit the fence, you die.
I mean, that's smashed. Path's getting better and better.
Yeah.
You're down to 3. We started at 10.
I know. Huge.
Take it to the top. This is what we mean by using the ground. So now, start the swing with the lower half. Come on. Come on. I'm back here. You got to pull this down. Come on. You got to go. You got to go. Do it again. Come on. Go. 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 Good. One more. Go.
You could really see how the first one you did, she would have electrocuted herself, right? On the fence, right? Because everything went to the fence.
Toward the toes.
Okay.
Yep. All right, now hit one.
Remember, this is a posterior chain sport. This goes back. This goes back. Because when you add the resistance, like in the band or things like that, in that pattern, it activates the muscles on your body that you basically have shut off.
Got it. Yeah.
So that's why we do the things in here from an athletic standpoint, get you to be more athletic. But what we're doing is basically just activating you.
Okay, I didn't load good. I didn't do anything.
Now, fatigue's got to play a little part of that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and
it's just when you're introducing something new to the body and the brain, like you have to continue that pattern training. Like it'll come, and then all of a sudden you're going to go back to what was safe for you before. So I mean, the big thing is just I can't stress enough, you have to continue training those patterns.
And when you practice, like if you get fatigued, take a break, right? Don't just beat balls. Come out here and know you're going to hit 20 or 30 balls or whatever, and do your drills and your exercises that Kolby's giving you, and then go chip and putt.
Show me impact. Show me impact. Good. Do it again. Good. Good.
I like this one.
Yep. Good. One more. Good. Now make little moves all the way through. So from there, impact. Boom. Back down. Go. Again. Boom. Again. There you go. Again. One more. Good. Now show me impact. Now raise the arms out in front of it. Nope. Stay in impact. Nope. Go to impact. Stay there. Now lift your arms up. 1 and back down. 2 and back down. 3 and back down. 4.
What's that doing for her, Kolby?
So I'm teaching her that path. So we get her activated in that plane of motion.
Okay.
So I gave her resistance in the out path. Yep.
Hello. Hello. Look at that. Club path down to 3-2. Right? I mean, we started at 10 point something.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Yeah. It's still that way.
See?
Yeah. Square it more going back too. Okay.
That was the old shove, like you saw how she shoves it through.
Yeah. There you go. Feel that?
Yeah.
All right, hit us one and get it there.
With speed. Like don't. Yep.
I mean, it comes out.
I mean, that's so good.